guys, welcome back. It's only fitting, like I said in my reaction video, that I talk about this subject, which is mental health and diabetes. You've seen in my other videos I've talked about another condition that I had called Turner syndrome. I was diagnosed with that at 2 weeks old, and then at 22 months old I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Diabetes has always been a major factor in my lifestyle, as obviously I could die. But Turner syndrome's also taken a bit of a effect as well up until I was a teenager. But I'll discuss more of diabetes now and then talk about how Turner syndrome has affected my mental health as well. So when I was a teenager, like I said, I was bullied in high school. I got called a lot of names. I got called a heroin addict. I got told I'd be arrested for using my pens outside. I was going into toilets to inject heroin. And there was one point I just thought I had enough. It was coming up to the summer holidays and I wasn't looking after myself. I wasn't checking my blood sugars regularly. I wasn't taking my insulin. And I was eating and drinking everything I shouldn't have been. Got to the point I was very sick. I was tired all the time. I kept drinking water, anything I could drink, going to the toilet. Then it got to the point I started throwing up. I couldn't keep anything down. Got rushed into Alder Hey Hospital and I was diagnosed then with diabetic ketoacidosis. Now that, as I've said before in my What is Diabetes video, it's a very dangerous condition where your blood sugar levels are so high, your body is trying to get rid of this sugar, but it can only do it in a small amount. So it's the ketones in your blood are turning it into acid, which can cause organ failure, which can cause problems with your feet, your kidneys, your heart, your eyes, and it can basically kill you. So I'd been diagnosed with that and I missed the first few days of school. I remember going into my class and I just heard someone shout out, "Oh look, she's back from rehab." The only reason they said that as well, with throwing up all the time, I had burst capillaries around my face. I felt awful. I just remember bursting into tears and being kept into one side by the teacher, and I just remember the teacher telling them all I could have potentially died, and that is no joke to laugh about. Since then, I can always remember in the back of my head, every time I've wanted or I've needed to take my insulin, I could just hear that she's back from rehab. The jokes about me, or the comments made about my needles. And still to this day, I do get that little voice in the back of my head now and again, just when people have quickly looked away. They're thinking I'm a drug addict, they're thinking the worst, when I'm not. I've got to take an injection to ensure I survive, otherwise I'm dead. That has affected my life a bit. I rebelled as well when I was a teenager, and up until I was 24, 25, I wasn't looking after myself. I ignored the fact that my health comes first and I'm diabetic. I wasn't looking after myself. It got to the point I can remember going to a doctor's appointment and one of the doctors had actually turned around to me and said if I carried on the way I did, I'd be dead by the time I'm 25. I didn't care. I did not care at all what they were saying. I thought I was invincible. Then I was very paranoid and aware that had that feeling that like nobody liked me, like nobody wanted me in their group of friends. I don't know, it wasn't a nice time. So, I will admit, yes, I have been into counselling a couple of times. I do have a part of it which is known, and I'll leave a link to it below. It's called diabetes burnout. It's being so overwhelmed by having to do the mats, the injections, the blood tests on a daily basis, and you just feel I just need a little break. But you can't diabetes does not let you have that break, and you just feel like, okay, I give up. That is what's known as diabetes burnout. Now, if you are watching this and you are diabetic, I just want you to know you are not alone. There are, last time I remember hearing, there is about 10 million diabetics in the world, and only 10% of them are type 1. So I'd like to think I'm very unique in a world that has got a lot of people with the same condition. I'm very unique, and so are you. And even if you're not diabetic, everyone is unique in their own brilliant way. So, Turner syndrome and how that's affected me. I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and both diabetes and Turner syndrome have contributed to the fact. So with Turner syndrome, it's a chromosome defect, and it can affect a lot of things in women only. It can affect height, fertility, kidneys, self-esteem, spatial awareness, mental awareness. It can affect a lot of things. With me, I found one of the things that hit me hardest was fertility, as I'm at the age now when I see most people of women my age having children and younger. I recently went to a doctor's appointment and was told that I'm never going to have a biological child. I know I couldn't have kids, but hearing that really hit me hard. It's one of the reasons for my depression, and it sucks. It's one of them things in life. That was the card I was dealt with. But with that comes support, and I have got a brilliant support network. I've got family and friends who think the world of me, and I think the world of them. I've got people in work who always look out for me, and you guys watching it, I really am humbled by this. Yeah, my medical issues have caused a lot of mental health, but I know one thing I was told in my counselling sessions: if I take each day, one day at a time, and focus on the things that need to be done that day, overthink, go 10,000 miles an hour. An example with getting this house, I was already panicking about what fees I had to pay, who I had to pay back, and one thing my mum sat me down and went, "You've only looked at the house. Do you like it? We don't need to worry about that yet. First thing you need to do is, do you like it? Do you want to make an offer?" It helps. And talking to my friends and family about my issues helps as well. And that's one thing I would recommend to everyone, is not to let their issues bottle up. If you've got that one close friend you could talk to them. Like, you saw my best friend Jess. She is amazing. She is one of my closest people I can confide in. And another person is my mum. I could sort out my issues with her, just sit down, talk things through, and I know she's there for me. Right, sorry for being on a bit of a bummer, guys, but as I said, I thought it should be done. So, don't forget, like, comment, leave a subscription if you like this much. Also, please guys, keep sharing these videos, keep helping me to get 50 subscribers. My competition is still up for grabs for that lovely little box. And until then, see you later.